Mountains, the nature's way of proving that all the good things are wild and free. A lot of us dream of leaving the busy cities and moving to mountains to live a life of clean air and unadulterated peace. But there are very few who actually leave the rat race behind and pull it off. In the next few episodes, I'll be in search of such inspirations and real life stories to decipher that is the grass really greener on the other side? Now, if there's one place where I have to start this search, it has to be Landau. Even though it's just 5 kilometers and 1,000 feet away from Mussoorie, it's a world apart. My love affair with Landau started 3 years ago, when the fragrance of idyllic walks amid cedar and pine forests, the casting spell of the bells of the nearby church, the charm of the British-era colonial bungalows, and the aura of windows overlooking snow-peaked mountains caressed not only my body, but my soul as well. And in these pristine surroundings lies La Villa Bethany, the home of Sunita and Amarjeet Kudle, who after working for more than a decade in Mumbai and Delhi, had finally decided that it was time to follow their dreams.
So I'm originally from Bombay.
Okay.
And he's from Pune. Regular middle class families, professional families. We actually met way back in college. Both of us did our hotel management from Hyderabad, from IHM Hyderabad. Yes. He was my final year in college, and he tried ragging me. And he's getting ragged for life now. So you have to pay for your sins right here.
Exactly. So I love the Himalayas. I love the mountains with a passion. I mean, give me the mountain any day over the beach. You take me to. So
a beach person is brought all the way to the hills.
So you take me to Goa, and I might get bored in 2 days.
Same here.
Okay, you throw me here, and I'll be lost forever, and I'll be happy. So always have this at the back of the head that if life gives you a chance, I would love to settle down in the mountains. So I just couldn't take Bombay as a city in terms of the density of people, traffic. Houses were very small.
Doesn't this all sound very familiar? But is it really easy to pack everything and give up the life that we are so used to?
One of the triggering points where we really said that we need to relook at what we are doing is when Shrishti was.
So Shrishti was two and a half years old. He had a regional role with the High Commission, so he used to travel 25 days a month. I was still working with ITC, so we were leading regular city lives. We put her in a creche, and normally I would try and make sure that I am there to pick her up from the creche when the creche shuts. But one day I got late, and she just looks at me and says, Mom, Dad's never there, and you don't have the time for me.
Yeah, she was 2.5. She was, I think, 2.5, quarter to 3.
Imagine as a mother what I went through, And I remember calling. He was in Dushanbe, and I called him there, and I said, 2.5. This is what she's telling me. If we don't do something now, by the time she's 10, we've lost her. He heard my voice and realized, forget the next 7 years. If I don't do something now, I might as well lose my wife. Because she's also lost it completely. So with that,
that triggered us.
He came here for a holiday after he came back. That was the reason for that holiday. I still remember that moment. We walked up and we were right at the top of the road, and he was looking down at the house, at this rundown place, and he's looking at it, and he asked me, "Can you spend the rest of your life here?" And I didn't even look at the house, I was looking at the surroundings here and there. I said, "This place? Yes, I can."
So we've taken on a long-term lease.
We don't own it.
And we don't own it.
We consider ourselves to be caretakers of the place.
So that's how we landed here. Spend the next 15 months turning the place around. And then in May 2011.
So he continued, he was here. I continued working because somebody had to get the bread in also.
Yeah. The way we look at it is, living this life, in Delhi, if we had worked even 48 hours a day, we'd not been able to afford a lifestyle like this. We would still be cooped into a 3-bedroom, kind of a house.
The Kudles not only opened their home to us, but their hearts as well. So along with the rosy picture, they didn't hesitate a bit to share the challenging aspects also.
the learning is that in the mountain, all the variables in the equations change, Yeah. What happens in the plains is whatever, if a project takes, say, 5 months, rest assured in the mountains it will take 12 months, 13 months or 14 months. See, weather plays a very important role over here. So the thing is that, suddenly if the weather dips and it's really chilly, the workers will light up a bonfire, sit, they'll say, Saab, aaj kaam nahi hoga. The other thing was like, you start with, let's say you got 100 rupee budget, it will never be 100 rupees. You got to have a buffer, like it will eventually turn out to be 150. So that was the other big learning, that whatever project you start, you need to keep that in mind, that you need to have a proper buffer, and also buffer in terms of finances, buffer in terms of time also.
So honestly, for us, one of the biggest earning out of this place is the relationships that we have developed with people over the years. And what gives us even bigger pleasure is more than our own relationships that people build amongst themselves.
Guests who come and meet here as strangers and go back as friends.
So
go back as friends, and there are so many who plan their family holidays now together.
And they travel together.
Yeah.
And we've had 5 instances where people met here, fell in love, are married now. 3 of them have kids. So they're the real Bethany babies,
Okay, so if we want to sum it up in one sentence, if you
About 2 things, your journey and Landor.
Life is better in Landor.
So that's our hashtag.
Life is better in Landor.
There's something in the air of Landor, something that cannot be defined but only be experienced. Frankly, it's not easy to leave the fat corporate paychecks, the big shopping malls, the fancy pubs, and the fast-paced life of the cities. But then there are people who have proved that there's a life beyond the mad rat race, a life that resonates with the hearts.